What's going on, guys? Big Red coming at you today with another video, and this time it is not for NASCAR Heat 4, but actually nucopro.com/racing.a5w, so you can see in the URL. This is the website we've been working on, and I've mentioned a couple of times in several videos. Still early into beta testing. We have a little over 260 people on it right now, and we're trying to get everything right before we release the app and go into that. So our next step for that is to introduce that to the YouTube community. Discord's really been on it, and we've had a lot of folks there. But now release this, like I said, to the YouTube community, get everybody involved, and we start implementing a couple of more changes. So I'm basically in this video going to take you through the website, showing you the different parts of the website, what you can do on it, and how it's going to benefit you overall. So one of the first things you'll notice on the left side is the beta release. That is the beta number that we're in right now. Once again, we're updating this thing all the time, so the more the merrier when it comes to this. Next, you'll see the setup guide, and the setup guide is basically a quick reference guide. It's basically my how to build a setup videos, part 1 and 2, all bunched together into one little reference guide that is going to give you a quick reference to, hey, what does my left front spring do again? I can't remember. Or what does my right rear bump and rebound do? That is something you can go in. So we'll go into that, and we'll look here. Of course, cover looks all pretty and stuff. You'll go into your shock settings. When your shock settings, once again, your bump and rebound, bump higher equals tighter. Lower is looser under braking. These things tweaked in different directions does make a big difference, but that's something you really have to get used to over time. The easiest way to do it is get you a track that you're really comfortable with, a setup that you've ran 100, 200 laps with. Go in and feel the difference. That's going to be your biggest learning curve of all, is once you go in and you can actually feel the difference. This is the second set of shocks. This is for the rear. Weight settings, it describes what your wedge, of course, ride height, rear ride height, all that good stuff does. Springs, once again, it shows what your softer front does versus your softer rear springs. As always, one of my favorite things to do is the left rear spring. If you're too loose on exit and you don't feel it's a track bar, so you're not over rotating, you just bring that left rear spring up, tighten you off exit. But we'll go into miscellaneous B. That shows all of our other stuff, our right track bar, which honestly the right rear track bar is the only one you really need to play with. Me myself, I run my track bars as equal as possible all the time. So if I have a 10.5 on the left rear, I try to rock a 10.5 on the right rear. Reason being, I just like keeping things level. I feel the higher right rear track bar over a long run, you start getting over rotation. You start getting real bad loose over a long run. So that's something I definitely change. Last but not least, probably what I get the most questions about when it comes to the setups or anything else I do, and that's going to be the gear ratios. This gear ratio chart was put together by Bad Ping. Also, huge shout out to him. He's the one that put together the whole website. This was kind of his idea, and then he brought me along with it, and I helped him and kind of guided what I think needed to be. Ultimately, he put it all together and put all the time into it. I'm just a ugly face that gets to share it with y'all on YouTube. But so down your left column, the gray column is going to be your rear differential. On your right column across the top is going to be your fourth gear. So those two numbers, your actual rear differential divided by your fourth gear, I think I might have got that backwards, but I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments, will give you your final drive. Your final drive is not something you'll ever see on your actual setup. It is something that is specifically, kind of hidden. You have to do the math in order to figure it out. What this chart does is breaks it down simple, and it lets you have a quick reference basically to what you're looking for. A couple examples I'll give you is let's say you are running a 276. So we'll look down through here. We don't have a 276 on the left side. So right here is a 276. It's going to be a 307 with a 90. Let's say that 276 at the end of the day, you're just not getting, enough RPMs down the straightaway. You just need a little more RPMs. So maybe you want to be looking for something around a 278 to 279 just to give you a little more pull at the end. So what you would do is you would start looking for a 278 to 279. So I'll glance through here and bam, 278 right here. That is going to give me a little more RPMs at the end of the straightaway, a little more pull. It'll make you redline faster. So think of it as redline faster, a little more pull is going to be higher on that number. If you want, let's say you're bouncing off redline and you're wanting to back it down, instead of a 276, you might be looking for a 274. But for this case, we're looking to turn a little more RPMs toward the end of the straightaway. You need more pull coming out of the corner or something. And here is a 278. So in order to make our car run a 278 a final drive, which once again you will not see, but you'll definitely feel the difference, you'll need to run a 370 as your rear differential. And we'll go over to the 278. We'll scroll straight up. And we'll need to be running a 0.75 for a fourth gear. Hopefully that explained it. If not, please leave it in the comment section below, and I may do a separate video on exactly, how I go through my changes and all that. Definitely recommend you watch one of my live setup builds, and you'll see where I'll play around with the gear chart and look for the right gear there. Next, moving on, I'm going to move to the Red 4424 setups. If you click on this, this will be all the setups that I've made personally and uploaded to the website. As you can see, it's Atlanta Cup, Auto Club, Bristol, all these setups here. What you can do though is you can go down to the drop down. You can scroll through, look for a specific setup that I do have uploaded. For this instance, we're going to use Taggart Dirt and hit the search button. Once I do that, it'll pop up with this, Taggart Dirt 17.4s. It'll show, the complete photo of my actual setup screen. So, if I hold this down and scroll to the right, it will actually bring up the video associated with whatever setup. Nice little touch, ping added in there, and you can scan through and you can watch the actual video. You can also go down, and if I've entered any notes in here, you can look at the notes and all that stuff. So now we're going to clear this out. We're going to go out and we'll click on Team Garage. This is one of the new things that we've not implemented yet that we're definitely wanting to. The Team Garage we're building. What you're doing when you create a team, and right now you can't create it, it's saying it's coming soon. With that team, you can actually share setups privately. So let's say me and Bad Ping is, has a team together. Well, we're building league setups, right? So what we can do is take a picture of that screen and upload it. And once you upload it to the website, you can set it on private. Nobody else will be able to view that setup. It'll only be you and your team that you have built together. You can put hiring and, show that you're looking for members. You can close it out and not have any members. So that's a really neat thing we're, trying to implement on the website now. Once you're here to the infield section, what you can do is go over to your menu. Pop your menu back out. You can go to setups and it will load in the different setups made. Not only does it have the setup, it'll tell you who uploaded the setup. You can click over and it'll show you everything, average lap, if there's any notes involved, all that good stuff. You can scroll down. We got Duke. I modified from my truck series and NASCAR Heat 3. I ran it for qualifying, 50% wear. Good on the long run. So he has shared a Canadian Tire Cup setup. He lets you know where he ran it, how he ran it, 50% league race, 2 times wear. Thank you very much, Duke, for throwing that up. We got several different ones. Chanda Bear. Chanda actually is in our Discord and was our first ever person to upload setup to the actual website. Times for where it's going to be a wheel setup. It will last a full fuel run on the tires. So running 51 ones with it. Heat race, not heat race, but league race setup. Sorry, once again, it's late. I'm real bad about recording these videos really late. We got bad ping. Got a little truck set up here. Martinsville. So yeah, the more the merrier when it comes to people uploading. If you know you want to contribute to the website, anything like that, feel free, man. Come over, upload some setups, help the community out. That's the main thing. So if you want to actually upload a setup, what you need to do is go to this, enter new record, the little yellow circle. Once you go there, you'll hit new record up top, and it's as simple as this. It's one of the most easiest laid out things you could possibly do. I'm going to move myself to the top right of the screen. That way I'm out of the way. Track, you go through, scroll, find the track you're wanting to upload. Let's say a New Hampshire Cup. This is going to be a race setup. I can add notes, times to where league race setup 4-wheel. All right. Once we do that, we can go down to public, yes or no. This is where you can choose to keep your setups to yourself or share them with the public. Your average lap time, somewhere like New Hampshire. I have no clue. Let's go with 26.9. That sounds good. And it's as simple as hitting upload. And once you hit upload, you can go through, find whatever you want to upload, and click open. Once you click open, it'll show it right here. And all you do is hit the save button. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. I'm really excited to get this off the ground. Once again, this is something we started a while back. We've got the Discord involved. We're up to about 260 members, a little over. And it's slowly growing, slowly coming together. The amount of work that's went into this by Bad Ping is just absolutely amazing. He's definitely grinded it out and got it looking really, really good. Thank y'all for checking the video out. If you would, please hit like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Trying to boost these numbers. Less than 10% of my subscribers watch the videos. Everybody else is non-subscribers, so please slap that button if you don't mind. Everybody give Bad Ping a shout out in the Discord. The man's put a ton of work into this. Got to thank Jeremy Miller, also known as Elder the Nut. You know, he put together the whole reference guide sheet, so that's all of his work, all of his knowledge he's pulled from a lot of different websites and all that good stuff, all brought together here. So it's definitely not a one-man show just because my logo's on it. You know, tons of people in the background's done amazing stuff and continues to do, you know, amazing things. If you would like to help support the website and server cost, all that good stuff, feel free to hit donate. The link is under the emblem on the website. I thank you all for watching the video, and we'll catch you next time.